Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Blake, and today I'm going to show you guys how to cook up a beat in the style of 21 Savage, Young Nudy, just that dark ambient type of vibe. I made this beat with my friend Max, one of the most fire producers that I know. Hopefully he'll be in videos in the future. But yeah, so he was on the drums, I was on the sample, so I'm going to break those both down, and yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so now that I have the project pulled up, I'm going to play a little bit of the beat first so you guys can get an idea of what the beat sounds like before we start breaking it down. So here's the beat. Alright, so now that we know what the beat sounds like, I'm going to go into the first melody layer that I started with, and I went into Omnisphere, and I got this ARP called Cat on the Piano. We were just clicking through random sounds. We were wanting an ARP sound, and then we just came up with this one. We did play with the effects quite a bit. We turned off a main reverb sound. Yeah, we turned off this reverb. That was just a little bit too much for the sound we were looking for. But yeah, that's basically all we did. I think we messed with the attack a little bit. We turned it down a little bit. But so yeah, here's the pattern I played out. Alright, so yeah, it's a pretty simple pattern. As you can see here, I was using the minor scale. And yes, let's go into the next sound. I threw a whole lot of accents in this melody, so let's just start off with this one. Very simple sound, just playing on the 1 and the 3, not much to explain. So let's just go into the next one. Here's the next accent. This one's honestly more of like a foley sound. It's really just more to add texture to the melody. In the final melody, you're not really going to be hearing this particular sound. That's just because it's so subtle, but I think it adds a nice little texture to the melody. Alright, here's the next accent. The pattern's super simple, but it does more than you think. So I have it playing on G right here and G sharp right here, and as you can hear, it's like, although it's just 2 notes, it sounds evil. It's because I went up the 1/2 step, and that when you do that, it just, the tone of the whatever instrument you're using, it turns into an evil vibe. It's definitely not happy, as you can listen. But yeah, so that's, I don't know if I explained that well, but that's just how my thought process when I was putting this together. Alright, here's the next sound. Just a little whistling, screaming almost type of sound. I just thought it was pretty interesting to throw in. Here's the next accent that I added. Just like a simple sweeping, swelling type of sound. I just thought it was a cool little texture to add. Lastly, I got this Tyler the Creator lead from one of his drum kits. So yeah, here's that. Same idea with that other sound I was using before, where I had it on G going up to G sharp. For this one, I have it on C going up to C sharp, and as you can see, it creates that same type of evil sounding effect. So yeah, that's about it for the melody. Let's move on to the drums now. So throughout the arrangement, we had 3 different 808 patterns. So here's the first one. The second pattern is very similar, but just a little bit extra added. And here's the final 808 pattern. So this 808 pattern is pretty interesting because we have the 808s stopping. So you usually make your 808s long, like we have here, they just connect. But for this one, we have it stop right here, so it creates that little stop and start effect, and it just makes for crazy bounce, especially in Young Nudy type of beats. And honestly, 21 Savage too, they have this a lot. So yeah, as you can see here, the 808 stops and starts, even though it's playing the same note, it just makes the bounce crazy. Alright, so here's the snare. Really simple, not much to talk about there. We did have 2 different hi-hat patterns going on in the arrangement, so here's the first one. Although it is a lot, it just kind of like sways with all the rest of the drums, and so there's not really it doesn't feel like there's too much going on, but it does carry the bounce quite a bit. And here's the second hi-hat pattern. So yeah, we really just felt like we needed a change throughout the beat with the hi-hat, so we just made it even simpler with this, as you saw. Just a couple stops and starts here and there, but yeah, that's about it. We did make 2 kick patterns. Here's the first one. Then here's the second one. So yeah, these patterns are pretty basic, but they're effective and they're simple, and that's what you really need for beats and to make room for the artist, but also have some cool bounce that makes the beat knock. Lastly, we took this perk from a Pierreborn kit. It's from the Marie Curie song. It's super fire, one of my favorite Pierreborn songs, honestly. But yeah, we added some effects, a little bit of reverb, we pitched it down, so here's the final result of that. Yeah, we just had it playing on the 1 throughout the track. It sounds super fire. Just kind of like it added some more energy and aggressiveness to when it hits on the 1, which we thought just took the beat to the next level. Although it is super subtle. So yeah, we did export and process this melody quite a bit throughout the track, as you can see. So for the first bit, we pitched up the melody 800 cents and we reversed it. And we did throw some half speed on it and some reverb and stereo shaper, compressor, EQ. For this melody, we took the ARP out and we have it with the same pitch plus 800 cents, and it's also reversed and it has the same type of effects as the last one. So for this part of the melody, we just took the accents and we did the same thing. We pitched it, reversed it, and so here's the sound of that melody. So yeah, it came out pretty fire. We were really happy with that. So yeah, for the back half of the beat, we did throw a ×2 growth speed on it, on the melody, and we took down the time a little bit just so the effect wasn't as strong. So here's how the melody sounds with that growth speed setting. Having the melody change in that way at this section of the beat 2 minutes in, it was really just key for us because you don't want the beat to get boring throughout the track. This is a little bit of arrangement sauce. Like that part of the melody did not play in any of this first section. We did turn it on for this part of the beat, but that's for a different reverse. But so yeah, you just got to change it up throughout the beat, not too much, but just as simple as like adding a little growth speed can just change the game for the whole entire beat. And you already know me and Max are on the outro sauce. We always be making outros to our beats. So for this one, we put an EQ and some reverb on the master, and we let it just play out, and so this is the end of the beat. Man, adding that effect made it sound like you were at a concert and you had to go to the bathroom and you're just trying to listen to it while you're taking a pee. You're trying to listen to it, but you can't really hear it, but it's just like still fire and it's hitting. And we threw the kick in for the last 8 bars, and it just made it knock even harder. And it was just fire for the outro. So yeah, that's a breakdown of the entire beat. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, black.